I want to ask you about extreme vetting. Okay, we know that we have an enemy. It's called radical Islam. I'll put up on this.
No. When you don't vet your people correctly, when you put them in to piss people off, and you know...
This is the truth. Radical Islamists are at war with America. Need I remind you of Chattanooga, Fort Hood, the Boston bombing, San Bernardino, the Orlando Pulse nightclub, all that has happened in Europe. Let me finish. And I remind you of all these things, and these countries have contacts with terrorists. So you're willing to make this choice. Instead of the inconvenience of people from countries we know have ties to terror, because Obama told us that you are willing to gamble with the lives of Americans and not vet them. That, to me, do you really care about your fellow Americans at all? Do you care about their safety?
My kids were born here, Sean. Paola and Nicolas, they were born here.
Do you care about Americans?
I'm glad that you mentioned the Boston bombing. I'm glad that you mentioned San Bernardino. I'm glad that you mentioned 9/11.
You would be appalled to see what it has turned into. We were told it was going to be a common market. It's now evolving into a United States of Europe. And I think women, everybody, have got to be alarmed by the way the EU is developing. And one thing that particularly concerns me and my family is the idea that on the streets of our city, on the streets of London, because of the European judges, there are terrorists and murderers and very serious criminals that we cannot deport, because the European court is taking control over that kind of question, and I think we should take that control back.
Amber.
But today, it has failed. It has turned into a nightmare. I'm a mother, and I'm a grandmother, and I think it is terrible that 50...
And I don't want to be rude, but you know, really, you have the charisma of a damp rag and the appearance of a low-grade bank clerk. And the question that I want to ask, that we're all going to ask is, who are you? I'd never heard of you. Nobody in Europe had ever heard of you. I would like to ask you, President, who voted for you? And what mechanism? Oh, I know democracy is not popular with you lot. And what mechanism do the peoples of Europe have to remove you? Is this European democracy? Well,
It doesn't have to be like this. We can take back control over our laws. We can take back control over our taxes. We can take back control over our borders, immigration policy and security.
Well, at 20 minutes to 5, we can now say the decision taken in 1975 by this country to join the common market has been reversed by this referendum to leave the EU. We are absolutely clear now that there is no way that the Remain side can win. It looks...
morning. The sun has risen on an independent, united kingdom. And just look at it, even the weather's improved. It's been a hell of a long journey, this. I first got involved in Eurosceptic politics 25 years ago.
Achieve. Brexit is a crushing victory for the people against the establishment. Get used to it. There are many more to come.
I'm here today in the great city of Birmingham to launch my national campaign, in which I will make my case to the Conservative Party membership and to the country as a whole. That case comes down to three things. First, our country needs strong, proven leadership to steer us through this time of economic and political uncertainty and to negotiate the best deal for Britain as we leave the EU and forge a new role for ourselves in the world. Because Brexit means Brexit, and we're going to make a success of it. Second, we need to unite our party and our country. And third, we need a bold, new, positive vision for the future of our country. A vision of a country that works not for the privileged few, but for every one of us.
Paid my dues. Time after
grossly generalistic. You could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
And bad mistakes. I've made a few.
Hillary,
I've had my share of sand kicked in my face, but I have come
they are
through.
Americans and they deserve your respect.
We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions.
Thank you very much.
We are the champions.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
Because we are the champions of the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States and the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
You brought me fame and fortune, everything that goes with it, I think you are. But it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge before the human race. I'm not gonna lose. We are the champions, my friends.
Theresa May, here for a first
And we'll
official
keep
visit
on fighting
from a foreign
to
leader.
the
This is
end.
her first visit.
We
So,
are the champions. We
The special relationship between our two countries has been one of the great forces in history for justice and for peace. And by the way, my mother was born in Scotland, Stornoway.
And we'll keep on fighting till the end.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And can I start by saying that I'm so pleased.
The champions, no time for losers, because we are the champions
I'd like to congratulate you on what was a stunning election victory.
of the world.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too